We're here today with Damian Kay, Managing Director and CEO of Inabox Group. Damian, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Are you able to give some background to Inabox Group?
Yeah, sure. You know, we started the business in 2003 and were very disruptive at the time. We basically allowed anyone with a phone, internet connection and a computer to become a fully blown telco. Today, from those humble beginnings, today we've got over 440 customers turning over for us around about $50 million. That channel has now expanded. And we've expanded that channel and diversified into an enablement channel and into a direct channel with over 1,500 customers that we service directly. That's in the higher sort of mid-market space, and in the enablement channel that is more focused on the consumer, where we enable large consumer brands to extend their brand into telco, because the way that people are buying their telecommunications in Australia is actually changing, and we're the catalyst behind that.
And what are some of the big brands that you work with and the opportunities you create for them in the telco space?
Yeah, look, when we sort of extended that capability from our wholesale sort of background and enabling those 440 retail service providers that operate in the market, we extended that, and our first cornerstone customer was Belong. So that is Telstra's challenger brand, so a bit like Jetstar and Qantas. And so they've extended their brand into that challenger space. We sit behind them and enable them through our platforms and managed networks to enable them to bring on now what is over 150,000 customers.
And what are some of the recent milestones the company's been able to achieve?
Yeah, well, in 2003, as I said, we started the business. In 2013, we grew the business, and then in 2013, we actually listed the business, which was a big change from what we kind of had known. From then, we've continued that journey, and probably two major acquisitions that we've made that has really transformed the business from being that traditional sort of wholesale telecommunications provider into what is now a national managed IT, cloud and telecommunications provider, were two acquisitions. One in 2013, which was Anitel. That gave us 13 offices around the country and increased our sort of exposure in all those markets. And then one in 2015, which was the managed hosting and cloud provider, being Hostworks. And that's really given us a broad range of customers that we can deal with directly and provide those managed cloud, managed IT and managed telecommunications solutions.
And for investors, what should they focus on over the coming 3 to 6 months?
Yeah, look, for us, we're really focused on enablement at the moment. The other two channels are growing really well, but really for us at the moment, there's a big focus on enablement. The way that people will consume and acquire their telecommunication service, so broadband and mobile, into the future is actually changing. So traditionally it's through the big telecommunication providers such as Telstra and Optus. Well, could you be buying your services from a large grocery chain or a large national, stationery retailer, or a large utilities provider that you get your power from? So we're seeing that trend happening in Australia now. It's happened in the UK with Tesco, which is now one of the largest telecommunication providers in the UK. And so what we're seeing now is our real focus and a real change in that we are the catalyst in changing the way that people acquire their telecommunication, their broadband and their mobile services in Australia. And that for us is really big and what we're really focused on. And that's where a lot of our investment's been of recent.
Exciting times ahead. Damian, thanks for your time.
No, thank you very much.